Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, our names are Steph and Katie and we're a married couple from Canada. We have a remote waterfront property on one of the Gulf Islands here in BC, and we just had our brand new custom-built tiny house and office pod delivered. This has been a huge project and a big dream come true for us, and we're so excited to finally settle into our home. This is our first week of tiny house living, unpacking, and starting to get all set up. Our tiny house is a 37.5-foot home on wheels, and we have an additional 100 square foot backyard office. Both were built by Summit Tiny Homes, and our house is a fully custom version of their modern bohemian model. If you want to see a full tour of both our house and office, we already have one up on our channel, as well as a video documenting the entire delivery process. Delivering the house and getting it situated on our property was way more complicated than expected. So our builder actually ran out of time for the setup and we were kind of on our own. One of the first things we did was take all the plastic off our windows so we could properly enjoy the view. And some of the windows are pretty huge, so it actually took us a while. It was honestly very satisfying peeling these off. It feels like this house is really ours now and we get to make it our own on this beautiful property. We're still pinching ourselves because we feel so unbelievably lucky to be doing this. We did our best to reach them all, but there are 3 windows that were just too high for us. We'll have to make friends with somebody with a ladder, and until then, they're staying up. Inside the house there wasn't too much to do, mostly taking the tape off cabinets where everything had been secured shut for transport. Our builders did such a good job making sure everything stayed safe on delivery and nothing had moved around too much on the drive. Our pocket door must have slid open at some point because the wood on the door track did get a bit scuffed. But we can sand it out pretty easily, and otherwise there was no damage to the interior from transport and everything looked great. It didn't take us long to get everything sorted out in the house, and we were even able to get the plastic off the windows in the lofts from the inside. Theo was a very good helper and did a good job overseeing all our work. Next, we moved into the office pod because we wanted to get our chairs put together right away so we could use our desk space. We found these beautiful chairs from Sqft and they suit our color scheme perfectly. We decided to keep a cohesive design with both the house and the office, so we're keeping that in mind with all our decorating. We want this space to feel like an extension of the tiny home as much as possible. We thought these would be the perfect size to tuck them underneath the desk, but still comfortable enough to sit on for work days. They also leave lots of space for when the sofa bed is pulled out when we use this as a guest bedroom, and Theo approves.
So one of the things that we ran out of time to do when the house got delivered was putting in the light fixture. We have our 2 pendant lights, one in the kitchen, one in the bedroom, so that is on the list for today. Steph has volunteered to be the brave one, which I appreciate, and she's on her tippy toes. She did it! Yay!
Both the pendant lights were tucked away safely for delivery, and we were super excited to put them up. They're such a nice feature of the kitchen and bedroom. Theo watched over us to check our work, and he takes his job very seriously. The next day, it was time to actually start unpacking, so we unloaded everything from the car and brought it inside. The space definitely looked a lot smaller once we had all our stuff in it, but we feel confident we could get it all organized pretty easily. It's always going to look worse before it looks better, so we decided to just trust the process. This is the reality of a tiny house, and it's all about creating good organizational systems, everything having its own place, and utilizing all the storage you have.
Okay, moment of truth. We were at a Best Buy Canada event a little while ago, and they gave us this beautiful Breville toaster oven, and we were like, that's perfect for the tiny house, but is it going to fit in the tiny
very
house?
big.
It's really big, but it's like a toaster, like an
Air fryer,
an oven, all these things, and it's going to be really handy to have here. So we brought it, and the measurements, we thought there was like a cabinet it could fit in. It's too big to just like leave on the countertop. But there was a cabinet that we were hoping it would fit in, so
it might work.
The moment has arrived.
Sideways. Let's see if it goes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna be deep enough.
It's also heavy. So like getting in and out of here.
Yeah. That's not gonna close. I don't think there's any way it'll fit past the...
Well, the bad news is it doesn't fit in that cabinet that we thought the measurements were right for. The good news is there is another cabinet that we can move a shelf on the inside to accommodate it. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do. And yeah, that's next steps. We moved into the bedroom and started unpacking some of our clothes. There is quite a bit of space in these wardrobes. We also have this cute sunrise alarm from Hatch that we're going to set up, and we just brought some extra bedding from our condo to use for now. We plan on doing something a little more fun for our sheets and duvet with a pop of color, but Theo definitely approves of this one. In the bathroom, we started by unpacking our skincare for the vanity and finding a place for all our toiletries. We also brought some other essentials like a toilet brush and products for the shower, and this space started coming together really nicely. In the living room, Theo made himself comfy on a new throw blanket, and we started unpacking more of the kitchen and organizing our cabinets. The next day, it was time to test out our shower, and it did not disappoint. It's so nice to have a full-size walk-in shower in our tiny house, and we're so happy with the custom towel we did. The rainfall shower head is also really nice. Then it was time to make our first proper breakfast in the kitchen, so we put our new toaster oven to use. We sat at our dinette with avocado toast and fruit and granola, and we had our first wildlife sighting, which felt pretty magical. Then we headed to the office to get some work done, but Theo made the couch look so inviting that we had to have a little rest instead. The space is so cozy that it might actually be hard to be productive in here. Maybe it's a little too cozy, plus we might just spend all of our time admiring the view. Then one of our neighbors came and asked Theo if he could come out to play, and we all enjoyed some outside time before dinner. The next day we had another wildlife sighting, and this time it was a deer down in front of the house, which was very cool. We also did our first load of laundry in the washer-dryer combo unit, which was great. We've been really happy with all of our appliances so far. Next, we decided to mount the TV in the living room, so we put the bracket up next to the recessed plug and got to work. It looks great and is a really nice addition to the space. It fits perfectly in front of the wall between the windows, so we're happy with the size we chose. We thought we'd curl up to watch something for the first time, and Theo was very into the cuddles. He loves couch time. The next day we had even more wildlife sightings, and there were so many deer that came for a visit. Some of them got really close to the house and were just walking around munching on things. We also saw 2 otters that came up from the water and walked right up to the office. We couldn't believe it. We spent a lot of time outside later in the week because the weather was just too good to be indoors. We've been trying to clean up the property a bit to use more of the space, but there's definitely a lot to do. There's a clearing right down by the water that's a perfect spot to sit, so we'd love to put some furniture down here so we can enjoy this beautiful view. There's still obviously a lot to do in the house, but we are very excited for all these outdoor projects as well. Today on Tiny House Theater, the saga of the mystery smell. So to give a bit of backstory, there was this weird smell, and it was a little concerning because we couldn't figure out where it was coming from. We couldn't figure out why. We couldn't figure out anything. It would come and go, and it was in this general area. So not in the bathroom, not like right at the fridge, but like kind of around here, fridge, cabinet where there's plumbing and other things behind that wall, washer, dryer, all in one. And it was just strange. So after trying a bunch of things, after looking through a bunch of things, I thought, I wonder if it is the washer dryer and if there might be a weird smell for a new appliance. So I did a little Googling, and sure enough, these machines, this one in particular actually, tends to have a weird smell when you first get it because it's doing something called off-gassing. So the gaskets are like releasing gas. It's not like dangerous or anything, it's just a new appliance smell. And everyone online said just use the machine, run through the wash and dry cycle, and like it should go away after a little while. So luckily, after one wash, the smell has completely gone away. And we were very happy because that was weird and it was a mystery and now it's solved. We spent the rest of the week trying to get out a bit more to enjoy the island. There's so much to do on the property, but we don't want to miss out on our first summer here because it's really such a special place. We honestly still can't believe we made this dream come true, and we're so excited for what's to come.
All right, that is the end of our first week. I feel like we are settling in nicely.
Yeah, I think we're figuring things out. We are trying to figure out what comes next and prioritize and put things in order of, you know, what to do, what to wait for, and
yeah, there's so much. We've unpacked a lot. There's still so much that we need to get, obviously. So some things that we brought were like, this works for now, and then eventually we'll do this. So definitely trying to prioritize what's like an urgent thing that we need and what can kind of wait till later to sort of spread out like just like the cost and the work of doing it all and setting it all up and stuff. But I feel like we're pretty settled. We're pretty unpacked for our first week here.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, it's magical. It's beautiful, and I just can't wait for more time here.
So stay tuned. I feel like we could do another video talking in depth about kind of our first impressions of living in a tiny house, like what it feels like, how the space is actually working for us and everything like that. And then obviously we'll bring you along for the actual decorating process as we kind of set up the house. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, there's definitely more to come. So make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.